Howdy folks, thought I'd talk today a little bit about chainsaws. I was watching Farmall Fanatics last couple videos there. He's looking at Husqvarna chainsaws. I'm not sure what he got. I haven't watched his video today or anything, but kind of inspired me to talk a little bit, I guess, about the ones that I have here. So 3 of these are mine, and this one is just the farm saw. So kind of from cheapest to most expensive, I guess, or biggest to smallest. What do you want to do? Let's go smallest to biggest. How about that? So on the bottom here, this is a 346 XP. This is a OE or original edition. It's a 1999 actually. These are wicked saws. Rev like crazy. I think red line on it's over 12 grand. Super light too. This is the lightest saw that I have. But yet lots of power. Great for limbing and even just falling trees too. But it's not so good for bucking. It doesn't really have a ton of lugging power. It's kind of more of a rever. It's got a light bar on it too. You can see it's got cutouts in it, and it's like laminated plastic or whatever. Expensive bar, but it's super light, matches the saw real well. The only problem is, only downside is that the chain length on it, it's a kind of an odd size, so I have to get the chains made special for it. I can't just buy them over the counter. It is an 18-inch bar, but you can run smaller. That's about the biggest I'd run on a 346. So that's probably my favorite saw. It's kind of my go-to because I like the lightness. I've swung around hit big heavy saws long enough. I just don't really want to do it anymore. So I kind of grab the lighter saw. It's my tendency now. But anyway, moving on. This is a 357 XPG. The G means it's got a heated handle and heated carburetor for cold temperatures. Also XP, so it's like a professional grade, same as the 346. This one's got I think it's an 18-inch bar as well, just a Husky or Oregon or whatever, standard bar, nothing special. I'd like to put one of those bars on it, but they're pretty expensive. They're like 150 bucks for the bar and chain, so I kind of just bought the one and that was it. But that's another great saw. It's not too heavy, lots of power. Lugs good, it's good for bucking. It's got the big spikes on it. These are saws, well this one is anyway, that I brought home from Alberta. So it's got a full wrap handle on it. I used it in oil and gas a bit, and that's a requirement there. So full wrap handle on it. The 346 is just your standard half wrap. That's the difference there. But another great saw. I think they're, well, 357, so it's got to be around 57 cc thereabouts. 346 is about 46. So moving on, this one here I bought brand new a couple of years ago. This is a 562 XPG, so same deal as the 357. Heated handle, heated carburetor. This one's got the auto tune on it. I absolutely love it. Some guys say that they fail and they have problems with them, but I've had this saw for 6 years now. Anyway, I don't know, 5 or 6 years now, I guess, and I haven't had any trouble with it. It's been a great saw. It runs absolutely perfect every single time you start it. Like these two here, the odd time you'll have to mess with the carburetor on them a little bit. Like today, I was running that 346, and it just wasn't idling quite right. Just because it's way colder today than it was when I tuned the saw last. But this one here, perfect every time. You fire it up, you bury the bar in a big log or whatever, wide open, just kind of sets it, and it's good to go after that. Just awesome. This one's got a 24-inch Canon Super Bar on it, and the Canon Super Bars are pretty much the creme de la creme of chainsaw bars. You won't find anything much tougher than that, but the problem is with them that they're so heavy. Like this saw weighs a lot with that 24-inch bar on it, but it's got plenty of power to pull the 24-inch bar, and yeah, I kind of just save it for the big jobs. The only advantage really of the 24-inch, there's no trees here. Like I had it in Alberta and there was trees big enough, but here there's no trees big enough to need a 24-inch bar, but the advantage is you don't have to lean over as far, so there's that. But yeah, other than that, love the saw. If I was going to buy a brand new one, I'd buy another one of those, or I'd buy a 550, the same style with the auto tune. I just love it, and I'd probably use the lighter bar on it again. I wish I had a few more of those lighter bars, but the Canon is good. But that bar is like $200, so there's that. And yeah, so this here, this is the kind of the farm saw, I guess. It's a 455 Rancher. This is kind of your entry level saw. This one's been pretty good too, though. But these are the ones I sell at the box stores. The difference between something like that and something like that, other than like $600, is that the cases for this saw are all plastic. Everything is plastic. The whole clamshell is all plastic. The handle is plastic, and it's just like the cylinder sitting on top of a plastic case. Whereas these saws are all magnesium case. This is magnesium. The covers, of course, are plastic, and the tank is plastic, but the cases themselves are magnesium, so it's a lot tougher. That saw there, the 455, would be comparable to the 357 as far as displacement goes, but that 357 is a bit lighter, I believe, and makes way more power than the 455. But again, the 357, the 562 replaced the 357, and you know the price of them is about the same, so it's a lot more money for the professional saws, but I think you get what you pay for. But we have never had any trouble with the 455 that I can speak of. You know, it's been a good saw. We've had it for, I don't know, 10 years probably, so it's been all right. But if it was me, I would save the money. I wouldn't buy the box store saws. I'd buy a used, you know, professional saw, or something like a 365, or I don't know what the other smaller ones are, but they're all good saws. 365 is pretty much a legend as far as chainsaws go. But yeah, that's my 3 current chainsaws and the farm saw. There's also a 51 Husky kicking around. It's a good saw too. It's similar to the 346, just a little bit heavier and a little bit less power, because the 51 isn't a professional saw either. So, but yeah, that's about it on the chainsaws, I guess. I don't use them a whole lot anymore. I used to at one time, but I kind of try to avoid it. And when I do have to use them, I grab the lighter saw. So that's about it. I'd like to find a, well, it's not hard to find them. I'd like to buy a light bar for that 562, something shorter, like an 18-inch or even a 20 maybe. That'd be a pretty nice setup on that, because I kind of avoid using it now because it's so heavy. But you'll notice on the XPGW saws, that's what this technically is. You get the big felling spikes on it too. XPGW is just the designation for the ones with the wraparound handles. They don't show them on the side, but that's what it is. This one here's got the big spikes on it too. So anyway, the 346 has hopped up a little bit. It's got the base gasket deleted, and it's got some mild porting done to it, so it runs pretty strong. But anyway, yeah, hope that satisfies you chainsaw nuts for a while anyway. Thanks for watching.